Before I start this lesson, I'd like to give all praise and glory and honor to Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai Ba'Shem, Rokakodash, double honor to the apostle that was a great minister who rule and teach well. Shalom to 144,000 men that especially believe in this word and all true sincerity and sacrificing their lives will so and wise and will to do so. Shalom to the men, women, and children that's tuning in and listening. And shalom to the Israelite foreigners scattered abroad on all four corners of the earth. The Heavenly Father name is Yahweh, His only God's Son name is Yahweh Shai, and Lord, when this video is edifying, quick and straight to the point. This video will be entitled, right here will be entitled, The Second Death Will Take Place Here in America. And recently a group, I'm pretty sure it was Genesis, some of the members of some of the members from IUIC that are no longer with IUIC, trying to come up with a new thing and a new doctrine, and ultimately breaking the scriptures down. We know the second death is going to take place here in America. Thus saith the Lord in the scriptures. And, ultimately with everything that's going on, if, they're trying to say the second death will take place in Basra and all this other mess, and ultimately, at the end of the day, the Lord will return, and He is going to return, and these nukes are going to hit America. And America, a.k.a. Babylon the Great, and it's either if you like it, if you don't, it's going to happen. Thus saith the Lord. And on top of that, if the nukes was on, if the second death was only going to happen in Basra, what about America? You have Isaiah 34, Ezekiel 38. You have multiple scriptures, even in Revelations, when it mentions the second death or describes what the second death is. It's talking about America, a.k.a. Babylon the Great, because why? This is the epicenter, the capital of Esau Edom's wickedness. He's not embedded. I won't say embedded, but nowhere else on the planet Earth is Esau Edom Enterprise is at besides America, and that is so. These colonists came over here, put the beats on Northern Kingdom, and started setting up shop. And since then, guess what? It has been fulfilling prophecy. You got the three horns that was plucked up. That happened. The Spanish Wars and all that, French Wars and everything like that, and the War of Great Britain. That had to take place. And over the course of time and history, guess what? So what happened was America started becoming larger and greater in the earth. And what? The Lord built it up to what? Just bring it back down. So this is Ezekiel chapter 38 and verse 11. And thou shalt say, I will go up to the land of unwalled villages, and I will go to them that are at rest and at rest that dwell safely, all of them dwelling without walls and having neither bars nor gates. And guess what? This place, America, is referred to a place as unwalled villages. Why? Because it don't have. Well, for one, it's surrounded by water. I mean, every country is surrounded by water, but a lot of these countries have borders. America does not have borders. You could easily walk there into America, to another city, to another state. And not just that, the defense mechanism, this country don't have the defense mechanisms as these other countries do. And these other countries, you just have to check in. You have to have all these things to come into America to easily. It did not even that. A lot of these sleeper cells are here too. They infiltrated America a while ago, a long time ago. It's easy to get here. It's not hard. It's not hard to get into America. And I will go to them that are at rest, that dwell safely and safely, and all of them dwelling without walls and having neither bars nor gates. And yeah, these Americans dwell what? Carelessly and are at rest. They don't think they're going to be touched. They don't think that. And what? Let me go to this. Pride goeth before destruction. Yep, and I got this too. So, this is Proverbs chapter 16 and verse 18. Pride goeth before destruction, and a haughty spirit before a fall. And yeah, these Americans, these modern day Babylonians, are pride and haughty. They don't think they're going to be attacked. You got people still saying, "Oh yeah, if somebody was to go to war with America, we just nuke them." Like everybody else don't got nukes. You gotta think about that, and not just that. America has been sitting carelessly among the nations, or on top of the nations, I should say. So, this is Revelation chapter 13 and verse 1. And I stood upon the sand of the sea, and saw a beast rise up out of the sea, having 7 heads and 10 horns. Actually, no. Let me see. Oh, I meant to get the other one. That's upon many waters. Because America is dominating the earth right now. And has been. Yeah, I meant to. So, don't mind that 13. I'll go back to that 13. This is Revelation chapter 17 and verse 1. And there came one of the 7 angels, which had 7 vials, and talked with me, saying unto me, Come hither, I will shew thee unto the judgment of the great whore that sitteth upon many waters. How they sit upon many waters? America sits at the top. That scarlet woman riding that beast. Cause why? America is controlling the 7 heads and 10 horns, NATO and the EU. And not just that, America is the epicenter. You have to you had to come to America to get trade. You had to come to America to get goods. You had to do these things. These nations didn't get what these nations needed to get things from America. Because why? Trade and commerce. And let me see. This verse 4 in Revelation chapter 17, verse 4. And the woman arrayed in purple and scarlet color, decked with gold and precious stones and pearls, having a golden cup in her hand, full of abominations and full of her fornication. And upon her head was the name Mystery Babylon the Great, the mother of harlots and abominations of the earth. And why? Because this place is where all the wickedness starts and begins at. All these other nations don't get the laws and legislations and doctrines that America, a lot of these nations starting to see that influence of America is getting to their people. The doctrines of feminism, the philosophies and doctrines of feminism, the doctrines and philosophies of feminism, men being weak, women having more power than the man, sodomite-ism and whatnot. A lot of these nations ain't dealing with that. They don't get down with that. In Russia, they don't get down like in Russia, they don't get down like that. Over in those Hamite nations and whatnot, they don't get down like that. A lot of the things that America's been pushing out, these nations are rejecting. And they starting to see it, and they getting angry because why? America goes around the earth causing problems, causing havoc, taking peace from the earth, making enemies. Trump's making enemies with these tariffs. And then that's another thing too. Trump making enemies with one of your biggest trade partners. So what? That's going to lead to these other nations turning on you too. A lot of these other nations are joining BRICS. A lot of these other nations are trying to get their own form of currency. A lot of nations abandoned the U.S. dollar within this last year and a half, 2 years just about. A lot of these nations have abandoned the U.S. currency. Why? Because these nations are fed up. The Lord's having it to where these nations are not about to keep running to America for their trade and commerce and to make money. And not just make money, but for resources. A lot of these other nations are starting to trade with Russia, starting to use their own resources, so on and so forth. These nations don't deal with America like how they used to. 50, 60 years ago, these nations came here to get what? Money, trade, goods, and all. What's that? Is this in 17? Let me see. Wait, give me 1 second. Baba Kasha, bear with me real quick. Because a lot of these nations are what? They see America as a cash cow. That's why you see a lot of Israelites. You see a lot of Moabites and Ammonites coming here to what? Set up stores and shops, get their money, and go bounce back to their natural land. Cause why? They see America ain't shit no more. Merchants. Give me 1 second. Spelling it wrong. Merchants. Weep. Okay, yep, that was 18. So this is Revelation chapter 18. Let's see. Let me see. This is Revelation chapter 18 verse 10. Standing afar off from the fear of her torment, alas, alas, the great city Babylon, that mighty city for in 1 hour will our judgment come, and the merchants of the earth shall weep and mourn over her, because why? For no man buyeth their merchandise anywhere. And this is just a list of things that these nations get. They quite literally get all these things, a lot of these materials and whatnot for what? America. And not just that, America put the beats on these other nations to gain their resources. Look, because let me go back to Revelation 13 real quick. Because America's sitting on top of all these other nations. Just Revelation 13 and verse 4. And they worshipped the dragon which gave power unto the beast. And they worshipping the beast who is like unto the beast, who is able to make war with him. And yeah, since a lot of these nations seen and witnessed, famously Hiroshima and Nagasaki, Japan, they dropped bombs. America has literally dropped nukes and bombs on these on nations of people, eviscerating people. There's still documents of people living today with those things, with the radiation and the poisoning that came from that, and they remember that. And just these nations did it out of fear in the beginning, but now these nations over the years starting to get tired of that. That's it. Okay, we can't keep trusting America. And what? They got on their own. But anyway, I'm gonna go ahead back in this. I'm gonna go ahead and go back to the second death. Salaki. I kind of went a little bit off topic, but I'm gonna go to Isaiah chapter 34 real quick. Cause why? Cause America is this modern day Basra, this modern day Edom is what? AKA America, aka Babylon the Great. So let me see. Let me see. So this is Isaiah chapter 34, and I started at verse 4. And all the host of heaven shall be dissolved, and the heavens shall be rolled together as a scroll. And all the hosts shall fall down as a leaf falling from the vine, and falling from the fig tree. And yeah, what? The heavens roll together like a scroll is the nukes, that mushroom cloud. Because when no missiles hit, it's gonna literally drop like what? Like a leaf falling from a vine. And guess what? When it hit, it's gonna make a big detonation. It's gonna blow up like a mushroom cloud. Roll together like a scroll. You know when you roll a skull apart and you open it? It's literally like that. Verse 5, for my sword shall be bathed in heaven. Behold, it shall come upon Idumea, and upon my people, upon the people of my curse to judgment. And yeah, these few that are cursed to judgment is what? These Americans. And Jake gonna get caught up in it too. But these Americans are what? Gonna be a sacrifice. They're gonna be a sacrifice. These people look, the modern day Idumea is what? AKA America, Babylon the Great. What's that? Isaiah is at 65? Give me 1 second. This is Isaiah. It's in the 60 verses. I know that for sure. Let me see. Nope. Let me see. Yep. This is Isaiah chapter 63, verse 1. Who is that coming from Edom with dyed garments from Basra? For this is the glory for Salaki. This is the glorious in his apparel, traveling with the greatness of his strength, that I shall speak in righteousness, mighty to save. And yeah, the Lord is going to come back and what? With them chariots. This that is glorious in his apparel, traveling in the greatness of his strength. And yeah, them chariots is what the Lord is going to use to do a lot of killing. The Lord ain't going to have to get a sword. He's going to be traveling with this chariot to and from the earth. And what? Zapping people, destroying people, wasting people. So, give me 1 second. So now I'm going to go to Isaiah 66, verse 15 to 16 real quick. Then I'm going to go back to that Isaiah. So this is Isaiah chapter 66, verse 15. For behold, the Lord will come in with fire, and his chariots like a whirlwind, to render his anger with fury, and his rebukes with flames of fire. For by fire and by his sword, the Lord Yahweh plead with all flesh, and the slain of the Lord shall be many. And why shall be many? Because what? The Lord is going to come back with chariots and them nukes. He's using these nukes to what? Destroy these people. I'm gonna get the beast of destruction too. What's that? Yeah. What is that? Oh yeah, Isaiah 14. And then I'm gonna go to Isaiah 66, and I'll close it after that. This is Isaiah chapter 14, and what verse was that? 22. So this is Isaiah chapter 14, verse 22. For I will rise up against them, saith the Lord of hosts, Yahweh of hosts, and cut off from Babylon the name, the remnant, the son and nephew, saith the Lord. And yeah, just showing you that what? The Lord is going to do away with America, aka Babylon the Great. He's going to eviscerate all the males, so they don't, not just all the males, but the people too. But the males, because why? A lot of the, the male carry the seed, but the Lord is he's not going to spare any, he's not going to leave nothing untouched. When the Lord comes back and when these Edomites, everything here in America is going to be burnt up. If you're not of the elect, you're going to get burnt up and destroyed. And I'll get that back in, like I said, I get that back in Isaiah 34. Everything here will be burnt up. All the heathens are going to be burnt up here. All the 2/3 are going to be burnt up here. All the plants, all the houses, all the cars, all of those things going to be burnt up. Verse 23, and I will also make it a possession for the bitter and the pools of water, and will sweep it with the beasts of destruction, saith the Lord Yahweh of hosts. And what? The Lord is going to use that wave. Like, okay, so when a nuke drops, a nuke leaves an aftershock, a wave. A beast sweeping across. When nukes hit, they don't just drop and just kill with direct pinpointed contact. When a nuke hits, that aftershock spreads out miles and miles away. And that's what that beast of destruction is. It's going to literally sweep and eviscerate things that's in its nucleus. Or no, in its radius. In its radius, yeah, in its radius. That's what the Lord is gonna do. He used the nukes to do. Because realistically, what's really gonna get people is what? The aftershock. Not just when the nuke hit, but the aftershock of these nukes. That's what's gonna get a lot of people. And that's what that beast of destruction is. So now I'm gonna go back to Isaiah 34. This is back in Isaiah chapter 34. Start at verse. Oh yeah, I finished at verse 6. And in the sword of the Lord Yahweh is filled with blood. It is made with fatness, and with the blood of lambs and goats, with the fat of kidneys and rams. For the Lord Yahweh have a sacrifice in Basra. Yeah, the Lord done sat up here and is going to have a sacrifice in what? This modern day Basra, not ancient Basra. The great slaughter in the land of Idumea. And yeah, Idumea was what? A city in Edom. Let me double check too. Let's see. Idumea. Okay, Idumea is a Greek name for Edom. Ooh, is a Greek name for Edom. Historically located in Judea, the Dead Sea, encompassing areas like Mount Seir, surrounding regions. Edomites, descendants of Esau, Edom, are mentioned in the Old Testament, inhabiting this area after the Babylonian exile of Judah. Edomites settled in what become known as Idumea, prospering there for 4 centuries. But the point of it is, Edomites, this is the main capital of Edomites. This is the, if you will, the city of Edomites, the great center of Edomites. Now, granted, you have Edomites all over, but what? This is the epicenter of wickedness. This is where everything starts. It all starts here and ends here. That's how, yeah. It all starts here and ends here. It all starts here and ends here. And what? The Lord's going to make sure this place gets destroyed. And when this verse mentioned the fatness and the bloods of rams and goats, that's the people. Think of it like this: when we need an offering, a sin offering, what? We had to get goats, we had to get rams, we had to get sheep, lamb. Those are the sacrifices. These people are going to be what? Sacrificed. They need to be, because why? They are the wicked. They've done wrong. They cannot come back from all the things that they've done. The only way to rectify what they've done is putting them in slavery and hardcore bondage. And if you don't like it, you're going to be a part of it too if you're an Edomite, if you're a heathen. Now, if you're a 2/3, you're just going to have to catch a nuke or catch one of these plagues and go and come back in the second go around. Verse 7, and the unicorns shall come down with them, the bullocks with the bulls, and their land shall be soaked with blood, and the dust made with fatness. And yeah, the Lord is what? About to use these people as a sacrifice. And these people need to have their blood shed, because why? These people only way to atone for what you've done to the children of Israel, northern and southern kingdom, is what? You need to be sacrificed. Propitiation. You people need to be sacrificed. There's no other. Y'all can't repent from what the things y'all have done. Y'all can't. Y'all don't even want to repent for. So what? Y'all got to be sacrificed. So let me get this second there real quick. Let me get it. It's in the Revelations. Oh, I spelled it wrong. Give me 1 second. I'll keep spelling it wrong. Salaki, bear with me 1 second. Okay. This is Revelations chapter. Let me see. Okay. So this is Revelations chapter 20. Chapter 21 verse 8. But the fearful and unbelieving, the abominable,
and murderers, and whoremongers, and sorcerers, and idolaters, and all liars shall have their part in the lake which burneth with fire and brimstone, which is the second death. And yeah, that place is gonna be a fire and brimstone, because why? When these nukes hit, that's not hell. Hell is a condition, and hell is the grave. Hell ain't no place where you just sit and burn for eternity. No. The second death is meant for these individuals, and most of these are Edomites and heathens. And the Lord will destroy them. America won't be I gotta grab that in Isaiah 34. And then I'm gonna close out. I'm gonna just jump to it. I'm just going straight to the point. Let me see. This is Isaiah, back in Isaiah chapter 34, in verse 11. Verse 11. And the cormorant and the bittern shall possess it. The owl also the raven shall dwell in it, and he shall stretch out upon the line of confusion the stones of emptiness. And the lines of confusion are what? You ain't gonna know what states are what. You ain't gonna know what is what. Because why? When them nukes hit, it's gonna be a beast of destruction to sweep out all of the inhabitants of the land, all the things on the land, the concrete, all of that. It's gonna destroy everything in its path. So when the elect get beamed up, the nukes gonna hit and destroy everything in their path: concrete, trees, bushes, houses, apartments, every people, all the elements. People are an element. Cars are an element. Cement is an element. Trees are an element. Grass is an element. That's what's about to happen. And these desert creatures only live here, like scorpions, owls, and whatnot. Snakes, things like that. Things that clean up, bottom feeding. Scavengers? Yeah, scavengers. Scavengers are going to live here. Vultures, things like that. But yeah, no, this second death will take place in America, aka Babylon the Great, and that's just how it is. That's what the Lord said it's going to be. It's not going to happen in ancient Basra. But Lord willing, this video is edifying. Before I close out, I'd like to give our praise to Yahweh Ba'Hashem, Yahweh Shai Ba'Hashem, or Kakodash. And Lord willing, this video is edifying, and on to the next one. Shalom.